experiment.
Hey, I'm so happy to be here with Radha Anila and Selma Harwell. I'm Gila Nehemia. We are so excited. We're going to, we want to just say a little bit about who we are. For those of you who might not know us, I am a poet and author, and I've been doing erotic poetry for quite a few years, and I'm teaming up with Radha Anila and Selma Harwell to create a sensual poetry course. And we're going to be talking more about it today. So I'd love for Radha and Selma to introduce themselves.
Absolutely. So my name is Radha, and I'm the founder of Radha Publishing House. We curate collaborative books. We do sovereign author writing programs, author incubators, and basically we support the writer at the heart and soul level, because we know that writing a book is a big deal on so many levels. There's so many breakdowns to breakthroughs. And we just did a book called Poems from the Heart. And, we got a lot of feedback that people loved it. And they also wanted to go deeper into more of their sensual poetry. So we're just opening up this divine space. If you'd like to join us we're doing a 4-month poetry program that will lead to a poetry book. And Selma, you were in this book.
Yes, I was happy to be in that book. Yes. Yeah. So is that it, Rada? I'll introduce myself.
Yes.
All right. And so I'm Selma Harwell, also known as Solma. I'm a spiritual poet, and I guess we're all going to learn the sensual part, which is really fun to me. I haven't focused on that. I don't think it'll be odd or hard at all. I think it's going to be so natural, especially with such a great teacher like Gila. And my part in it is I will be setting everyone up with the grounding into our hearts with each part of the course that we cover. And so I'll be doing that today as well.
Beautiful.
Good to be here.
Yes.
So happy.
We had a little bit, we were like, this is our first time learning about tech, going live. And so, it was an experiment and it was a fun one. So we're so happy to be here. We're getting our tech game on, you guys, so that we can reach out to all of you. And, this is also, we wanted to share that this is also co-ed. So men, you are definitely welcome. Your presence is sacred to us. We do love and appreciate our divine masculine. And this is a place where we all get to, go deeper within ourselves, in our heart, in our own sensuality, in our breath. And I'm so excited because when we drop in, we start to alchemize something. And especially when we have men in the group, men and women, we're co-creating on a very creative level, which brings a lot of healing and alchemy into the world too. I mean, this stuff ripples out, you guys. Like, you think you're just doing a small project, or, in your mind, you think it's no big deal, but the truth is that we are repatterning. We're always repatterning the world with our own breakthroughs, with our own creativity, and we have a say in how this all goes. And this is about, taking back our personal power and our voice.
Yeah, so well said, and I love the fact that we are opening out to men and women, because it really brings out that divine union within us, as well as this creation of a new paradigm. And I feel like we are really stepping forward with this course into our sacral chakras, into like just opening up that vast dark world that sometimes we shy away from. I feel like there's so much creativity and so much power there for all of us. And when we share that together, there's just this huge force, like a wave that is just continues to swirl and move in ways that we still don't know. And this is part of that exploration.
Wonderful. And this is a time that, humans are coming together. So, of course, it includes the male and the feminine together, the masculine and the feminine, the balance that is. And so this gets to be an example that these are the times. This is what's available. So let's start there.
Would you like to help us drop into some, breathing and coming into ourselves, Selma?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. During the course, the meditations will be a longer one than what I'm going to be doing here. And they're not, sometimes they won't just be meditations. They may be a journey. This one today will be a meditation. And we'll also discern the differences of those two because they're distinct. And that's part of what we'll do. So right now, if you're going to join us, it would be great for you to close your eyes. Make sure that you're comfortably seated. If you prefer laying down, you may do that. And then your feet are flat on the ground and you're comfortable. Move your shoulders in such a way that they're towards the back so that your heart begins to open already. And we become more conscious of our heart as we're tuning into our breath in a normal breathing pattern. Let's just discover that for ourselves for a few seconds. I naturally took a long, deep breath. If that was there for you, that's awesome. So the next breath may be even deeper. And we're going to start by turning the breath in the inhale directly into the heart right away. Inhale into the heart. And then we exhale directly into the heart. So we've created a loop. We'll do a couple more. Inhale into the heart. And exhale into the heart. Inhale into the heart. And exhaling into the heart. Let's dwell there for a little bit and let that love just expand as we fed that wonderful breath into it. Let it permeate the heart. Let it dwell and let it swell. Your breathing can be normal. As you allow that to permeate outwards from the heart, we're needing this level of expansion at these times because we're in the midst of expanded energy, taking us to our limitlessness. We're unlimited beings, and we pretend that we're not. It's okay. We're doing it for different reasons, whether it's protecting or numbing. It's okay. We get to feel that love, know that it's there, nurture it, nurture ourselves, and in that expansion, it reaches out to others. Let's take one more breath down, sending it through the spine, through the legs, out the bottom of the feet, connecting to Mother Earth. Taking a breath from Mother Earth. just lingering, maybe sending roots, feeling that energy that she provides back up into our system, the way that we send it out. And then again, cleansing and sending what we don't need out into the earth. And as we bring it back up, we're recharged. And so is the heart. And so from the heart, let's go one more time, intentionally sending the love all the way through the body to our very cells and molecules into the depths. How much further can we reach? The deeper we go, the higher we fly. And with an inhale, bring as much energy back from Mother Earth. She willingly gives it all the time. Back up through the legs, all the way into the heart. And right here, we're actually calling to those of you who know that you have some curiosity around what are these sensual poetry, the poems that come out of this class. What will they be? Who is being called by that? This is a time to where we really listen to our hearts and what our desires are. And the more we do that, the more the life's miracles come to pass. Even the ones we don't really have consciousness about begin to occur as miraculous. So we're coming back. Go ahead and open your eyes and just really consider who are the people that are called to come. The humans who will join as we are humans being in that world of poetry and the sensuousness of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Selma.
Thank you, Selma.
You're welcome. Thank you.
It's so good to drop in. You guys, how do you feel? Share how you feel. I know that I just feel a softening inside of me. And earlier we were trying to figure out the tech and I could feel like this roughness. And when you drop into the softness, it's like where it's so much more expansive. This is where all the gems are, you know, all the juicy gems of ourself, of our inner world. And we all have an inner world within us, you know, one that is full of wonder and desire to experience, desire to explore, desire for even more depth and connection, right? We have desire, and it's not a bad thing. It's a beautiful thing. Our desire should not be shamed. We should explore ourselves and the longings that we have in our heart, and the expression that we long to share. I feel that each one of us, we have many poems we've not written, maybe because at one point we were shut down if we were in a relationship with somebody and we couldn't express our fullness because maybe they couldn't receive it, and sometimes we don't write always for others, we write for ourselves too, because we want to receive what we wanted to share. You know, I love your thoughts, Gila.
Thanks for that. Thank you, Selma, so much. I really feel like part of what everyone's saying, you know, like those desires, when we begin to write them down, when we begin to explore our fantasies, it really opens up into possibility. And that's what it's done for me in my life. And I know for many through writing, it's even just a form of expression of release. And really, when we release, we open up into the new, like Selma so beautifully brought us in through this meditation, into the heart space. There's so much that's happening in the heart space. There's so many layers. And together, we're going to begin to open up each of those layers in a very, very safe container. Because we know that, as Radha said so beautifully, we know that this can sometimes feel uncomfortable. You know, we're stretching ourselves. And, you know, and as we were moving through the body with the breath, like that's what we do with our words. So it's really this like sacred act. You know, I can't think, as we're speaking, I'll find another Rumi poem, but like, you know, Rumi says it so well of how we just, it's a sacred act of loving ourselves as we love another, as we love each other, as sisters, as brothers and sisters, as, you know, one large collective family. So I think even the explanation of the definition of love is something we will explore too. What is sensuality? You know, I think we all have different definitions depending on where we're coming from. And I think that'll also be really, really interesting to find out.
And when you mention love like that, I usually talk about love is healing. I mean, they're one and the same. So we're going to be exploring love in a different way. Then we're going to be exploring healing newly in ways that maybe we're just hinting, you know, our mind a little bit, but now it gets to flourish. We get to nourish that. Yeah. And, you know, I forgot to say too, my commitment for the world is that motherhood is honored as the source for world peace. And anytime we're in that space of love, and that is peace as well. And we're contributing that in the world. And that is what is the other part of spirituality that's happening now. Exponentially, more people want that development. And we already are emitting whatever states that we're in. And so for more people to want to be in these states regularly is just that beautiful expansion that the planet needs and wants.
Yeah. There was something that was said about, you know, when we are trying, we don't fight what's going on with the same battle that is happening. We have to come at things at a new level, because if we come at that same level, it's, you know, it's atomic. You know what I mean? We have to come from a place of what brings us joy, passion, and we have to start sharing what we love, how new ways of being that we love, you know, new connections that we want and desire, even in friendships, not what hasn't worked, because we're all extremely well versed in what hasn't worked. And now let's have this exploration into a new possibility, you know, within ourselves. And like you said, Selma, you know, about peace and war, and we're bringing more love. We're bringing more love into the world by doing this. So that's one of the beauties of art, writing, poetry, creation, is that we're co-creating. The artists are the visionaries of the new world, and that is part of our work, is to birth it through our consciousness in our vision. And when we have that vision, we can share it as like a little seeds that we're planting.
Yeah.
And people pick those seeds up and they get inspired, and those seeds also grow within them. So we're sharing those seeds of love out.
I wanted to just share, we were talking about burning earlier as we were getting ready for this this live today. And I found the Rumi poem that I think might really gel well with that. So it's called The Flame of Love.
Mhm.
How long wilt thou dwell on words and superficialities? A burning heart is what I want. Consort with burning. Kindle in thy heart the flame of love, and burn up utterly thoughts and fine expressions. O Moses, the lovers of fair right are one class, they whose hearts and souls burn with love another.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Speaks right to the heart. Right to the heart. We were talking earlier about, burning up. What was the conversation we were having? This fire that consumes us and rebirths us, and so it's also the fire sometimes of frustration, and it could feel sometimes almost as a negative or a positive, but if we just surrender and let that fire come through us, it almost rebirths us into our next version. So we can go with that flow, and we can allow that fire to purify us, the fire in our hearts to renew us.
One of the ways that I like to relate to anger is passion. Is like that there is a part of passion that is there. You're being passionate when you're angry. And it's really, I just came to it, I think, by trying to look at something good about it, because it doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, but it is passionate. And so I explained it to my kids, because I was talking about that we have a bit of Apache. And then I thought, look, they were a very passionate tribe. They were like known for that warrior part of themselves, and they used it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we all have that part of ourselves. And right now, when I talked about the expansion, it's coming through in a dragon energy. Now that sounds like as much fire as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And it really is knowing that things are going to come up, maybe things from the past.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be it's a transformational course. So you will be dealing with things like, we can say, uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why we're here. And that's why the spiritual energy is so important, because we get to be holding that space for each other. And we get to go through whatever we need to quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I count on, the energy medicine for that, for whatever happens to us, any hurt on the body, any place. Not only the miracles are possible, but even just getting through what we need to get through. And then it comes through our chakra, and just, we have poetry after that. We have an expression that we maybe didn't have before. So it doesn't even matter if you've been a poet. That's why we're having the course. You can come from a new space.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you wanted to explore even just writing for the first time. Wherever you are, it's a good place to come.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Selma. Yeah, I think that's important to share, to reiterate that wherever you are, you're welcome to come. And this is an exploration process. We're exploring ourselves, our inner realms, and you can't go wrong by exploring. You can only find gems. Sometimes you might find diamonds that are in the rough, but that's where we get to chisel them out and refine. And the cool thing about having a container over the span of 4 months is that we gain a level of trust with each other, and we can relax with each other. And participants can drop into the group and ask for feedback, because we're all three of us are available for you guys. So you have three facilitators here that are going to be supporting you. Imagine being held by three. So it's going to be so sweet. The growth and the possibility is really big in this. And I feel so good about it. I feel so good about the container we've created and are going to continue to create. And I just know that beauty will be birthed here. And for those that wish to go on and have your poems that you've curated here published, we will go on after this. And those that wish to join can come into the publishing part of that. So this part is just for everybody. If you don't want to share and you just want to do it for your own being, that's great. That's actually a wonderful place to start. So you just, like I said, you cannot go wrong by joining. You will receive so much medicine through the process, and a lot of confidence too in your own ability to write your poetry.
And I also feel like this is like the next step for those of us who've been on this path and done this inner journey. Like now we're called to work together in communities, and we're forging ahead on that. We're creating the fertile soil for that. And I feel that many of you have followed us or know us, and we may have done things individually, but now we're inviting you to join us to create this new paradigm together, to create this new consciousness, this love consciousness that Selma put in. So, and Radha said so beautifully, is by joining our hearts together to create words that we can't do alone. We need each other to create something new.
Yes.
So we're really excited to start this beautiful, beautiful course.
And you're reminding me too to mention how we just came together, and that's the best part in life, I think, when it becomes serendipity that, oh, would you like to lead some meditations? Well, yes. And then then I get to meet you, and then and then we discover that we are like so good with each other, and it just works. And we're partners, like seamlessly, when we didn't know that was coming. Those are my favorite parts of life. It's like, let's let things unfold and then see what gets to be birthed. So that's, to me, the very exciting part, that we get to also share and know that whoever's called to come, it's just going to be very powerful for everyone. We each have powerful backgrounds to come together, that we were meant to come together, let's say. I think there might be a better way to say it than that. That just doesn't seem juicy enough. But it's
divinely ordained to be.
Yeah, so here we are. We came together to serve you. And so, yeah, now we're just ready to get started at the towards the end of October. You'll see details later. We'll share that too, of course. And the link is also provided in a while.
Yes.
It may be showing. That's not my strong suit. I just remembered to mention it.
I believe we have it in there. It's the first time live streaming like this, so hopefully you can see it. But it starts October 26th of October, and then of this year is what I was trying to say. And then we move all the way to February 1st of next year, 2025. So we get to ring in the new year together. That's going to be so great. And You're going to feel so invigorated. And I just love it. You know, we've really taken the inspiration from the Radiant Sutras. So each session we have a sutra to kind of also like jumpstart us. And we are going to be starting at 11:30 a.m. EST. So I believe that's 8:30. Is it 8:30 a.m.
Pacific.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So I believe we have all the times because we know we are different time zones here.
It's international. So
Yeah.
Gila, what time will it be in your time?
It'll be 7. And I'm sorry, it'll be like 6:30 my time.
Yeah.
But we'll publish all those times to make sure
Sure.
that you have all that information. And if you have any questions, you should feel free to connect with us either individually or you can post a comment. We're more than happy to talk to you directly if you have any questions at all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I feel so excited and inspired. I know that, you know, we're all gonna grow so much through this process. Each one of the kind of author incubators or sessions that we do, I feel that it enriches us and we come out of these programs and sessions like more ourselves than we were before. So it's not like we're something else. We're actually just more ourself, our divine self. And so I think that just gives us a lot of confidence and a lot of this feeling of joy, because when we can be in touch with ourselves, that's when we're the happiest. Actually, it's when we lose connection to ourself and our inner world that we get so depressed, that we feel defeated and all these negative emotions. And so this is really countering all of that and letting us rise from within. It is the strongest thing we can do during these times, is really find our inner fortitude and our strength in beauty and creation and co-creation and community and international community, because we're all in different places. All the programs we do, you know, we wanted this also to be the same as the others, where we have people from around the world. And this is also, you know, rippling out that peace vibe we all want, you know, that love and peace being the pillars worldwide. So thank you all for joining us today. We just thought we'd drop in, say hello, connect, and just tune in to the beauty of this and to the beauty of what's possible when we co-create together. Thank you so much, Gila, for being our erotic poetry teacher. Thank you, Selma, for bringing your divine goddess wisdom and grounding us. And we are here if you'd like to reach out and ask any questions. Otherwise, you'll be able to find info with the link in bio. And until next time, much love. Stay inspired. Bye.
Bye-bye.